how to write a small moment for kids. Part 7. Editing your story. Now that I have revised my story, I am ready to edit my small moment. What is a small moment? A small moment is a special kind of personal narrative. It is a small part of a bigger story. A good way to remember it is by thinking of a watermelon. A watermelon is a really big fruit, so you can think of it as the big moment. Each watermelon has lots of tiny seeds. The seeds are the small moments. What is editing in writing? Editing is when we look at our sentences carefully to make sure we fix any mistakes we might have made. We edit our writing to help our readers understand our stories. This stage is also called proofreading. How can you edit your writing? We can edit our writing by checking our spelling to make sure we spelled our sight words correctly and use everything we know about spelling, like beginning and ending sounds. We can check our punctuation to make sure that we have the correct punctuation marks. We can check our capitalization to make sure we capitalize the word I, the first letter of the first word of every sentence, and the specific names of people, places, or things, also known as nouns. We can also use checklists to look over our writing and make sure that we have everything our small moment should have before we publish our story. Here is a sentence from my small moment about when I found a butterfly in the bushes while looking for my ball. I picked up my basketball and got ready to go outside. Do you see any sight words that I may have spelled incorrectly? Well, and is a sight word and I spell that correctly. To and go are sight words and I spell those correctly. How about the word my? Is it spelled right? Oh yeah, my is spelled M-Y. That looks much better. Here is another sentence from my story. I saw my friend Sam sitting on the bench near the basketball court. Do you see any places where I did not use word parts correctly? Oh yeah. Now I remember learning that O-W-R can sometimes make the or sound. So the word court is probably spelled C-O-U-R-T. That looks right. But what about the word near? That doesn't look right. Oh yeah, I remember that some letters make the same sounds but look different when you put them together, like the words here and here. So, what other vowels make the ear sound? Let's try the letters E-A-R. That looks much better. Do you see a word that I can stretch out? How about the word basketball? I wrote some of the sounds I heard, but I think I can stretch it out some more and use some tricky word strategies to help me spell an unknown word. I can spell out some of the small words I hear in the big word. Well, I hear the words basket and ball. Let me spell those out separately and put them together to see if it looks right. B-A-S-K-E-T and B-A-L-L. Basketball. That looks much better. I can always check a dictionary later to see if I spell that word correctly. Here is another sentence from my story. It says, "Mom, I'm heading out now," I shouted towards the door. As I walked towards the door, my mom poked her head out the kitchen doorway and responded, "No problem, hun. Be home by sunset." Do you see anywhere that I put a punctuation mark in the wrong place? Here, I was telling my mom something, but I used a question mark instead. This might confuse my readers, so I need to fix it. Do you see any places where I forgot to put a punctuation mark? Well, this sentence is really long and could be two different sentences, so I need to put a period there. That looks much better. I also need to put quotation marks wherever there is dialogue to show that someone is speaking in my story. There, that looks good. Let's look at another page of my story. Finally, the butterfly flapped its beautiful wings and flew away. I saw my ball lying on the ground and picked it up. Do you see any places where I made a mistake? Oh yeah, the word I should always be capitalized, so let me fix that. Do you see any other places where I made a mistake? Oh yes, I need to use a capital letter for the beginning of each sentence, but all of my other letters will stay lowercase. How about the word butterfly? That's not a name. I would only use an uppercase letter if I was writing a specific name like my friend Sam. Now I will use my small moment checklist to look over my writing and make sure that I have everything my small moment should have before I publish my story. Here is my checklist. Did I write about a tiny seed? Well, my story is about a small moment in time and is a part of a bigger story about my day at the park. So, yes, I can check that off of my checklist. Did I write about how I was feeling during my small moment? Well, I wrote about how excited I was to play basketball. So, yes, I did. I can check that part off of my checklist. Did I write about what I was thinking during my small moment? Well, I wrote about wondering if Sam waited a long time for me. That's another part I can check off my checklist. Did I include talking words? Yes, I have included dialogue at the beginning of my story when I said goodbye to my mom. I can check that part off my checklist. Did I use my 5 senses? Oh yeah, I wrote about the bird chirping in the tree above me. Check. Did I paint a picture for my audience? Yes, I used details, elaboration, and craft moves to paint a picture in my reader's mind. All right, it looks like I have everything I need for my small moment. Now I am ready to publish my story. So that's how you edit your small moment. Be sure to check out part 8 where I publish my small moment and get it ready to share with others. If you like this video, then check out Miss Dorismond's Virtual Corner for even more. If you are a teacher, you can follow Miss Dorismond's Virtual Corner on Instagram, Pinterest, Facebook, and TPT. And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more videos like this one. Thanks for watching.